As we continue with the broadcast this morning. Now, still to come on the show shortly, we'll be joined by SAPS whistleblower who fears for her life. We're talking with Patricia Mashale. We also have got yesterday's event that had taken place, the PMR Africa Awards, and highlighting the various winners. In this morning, we will be showcasing Lanesia Muslim School, EPSA Islamic Banking, Amana IFS, and also taking a look at Africa Muslims Agency amongst the many who were honored and acknowledged for their successes, alhamdulillah, that they had achieved. And also we at Salam Media, uh, having been awarded with the first position, the Diamond Arrow Award for 2022, second year in the running, which means a lot to us. And also at the same time, expressing our appreciation to our many well wishers, the businesses, our sponsors, our advertisers, and also the listenership right across the entire country and the viewership on the various platforms of Salam Media. But right now, we're going across to be joined by Patricia Mashale, a former Free State SAPS administrative clerk, and saying that she fears for her life. Patricia, good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, Patricia, I'm just looking at the report talking about two attempts on your life after exposing police corruption. Now, this is clear that there are some extremely serious allegations that have been made against SAPS, and looking at your situation, we are led to believe that you were dismissed from your job last year. You have been in hiding, and you survived two assassination attempts.
Yes, that's true. I did blow the whistle on SAPS corruption. Actually, I started to blow the whistle on corruption in SAPS back in 2009. And recently, on the 6th of January 2021, I blew the whistle again to the former National Commissioner, General Ketla Sitole. And after that, I suffered massive retaliation and occupational detriment. So I was dismissed in February this year. And there was a first attempt on my life in February. And then that's when I went in hiding. And then recently, last week, in the early hours of Sunday morning, there was the second attempt on my life, whereby the car that I traveled in was chased by Black Ford Ranger, and we just managed to evade that car by I don't know. And yeah, we could see that they mean business. They wanted to get next to us, and if it wasn't for my son-in-law's alertness, I could not be been here today to tell the tale.
Yes. Now, Patricia, the allegations that you are making against SEPs, obviously they are serious allegations, but also at the same time, looking at, where we are as a country, and the protection of whistleblowers is a major talking point at this point in time. And we know that, there have been people that have been killed in the past. What options have you got to highlight the predicament that you find yourself in?
You know what? My first option was to send letters to Parliament Portfolio Committee of Police, to the President, and to I also sent letters to the Public Service Commission, to the Public Protector. And I know there is investigations by the Public Service Commission and the Public Protector, but I never received any feedback from the office of the President. I only received feedback from the Portfolio Committee during this week after my plights have been highlighted in the media. I also started a petition to highlight my plights to the President for my safety and protection. And that petition is almost at 35,000 signatures now. So yes, I've done a lot, and it's such a pity that the institutions responsible for the protection of the whistleblowers ignored all my plights.
Yes. Now I see. You've looked at various options. iPad has been one of the options. You've also, in fact, the report in the newspaper speaks about the Minister of Police, Becky Kelly, as well. And this report talks about him denying he knows you, but later it is reported again, and I'm just going by what is reported in the press, that he was open to having a conversation with you.
Yes, he did deny knowing me. And the reason why I sent my complaint directly to the office of the president is because I also implicated a minister in that report, because there was a investigation by the former ICD, which is now IPAD, back in 2010, and whereby the minister was the national commissioner back then. There was also the corruption that I reported back then. It's actually the same complaints that I reported now in that report. And the IPAD gave me a final a report, and there was recommendations for all those people. There was also the former SAPS provincial management, crime intelligence, and there was recommendations from ICD, that all those people that are implicated in that corruption must be charged criminally. And the Becky Cele and the former Minister of Police, Natim Twitter, they simply just buried that report, and everyone implicated in that report actually got promoted. Some of them were generals in the police. Some of them are still in the police as brigadiers. The former generals, that was, I remember in the report, is the general who is now the head of crime intelligence in Northern Cape, General Joey Cares. And he's a general now. He was a brigadier back then. And there was Brigadier Tumani. He was a brigadier back then. He was a general. He already retired. He was the one who was implicated with General Sitola in the grabber deal. And yes, as I said, everyone that I can point it out in that report that I implicated was actually promoted to higher positions, while the head of the IPAD back then was Mr. Francois Beekman, was removed from his position, and the investigation officer, who was Mr. Dan Morema, was actually charged departmentally for submitting his final report to me.
Yes. Have you made any representation to? I know you've made to the likes of the Minister of Police. You spoke about IPAD, but what about some of the other political parties? For instance, some of the opposition parties, where you could possibly highlight your plight and they could raise this issue.
Now, I never made any representations to any political parties, because you know what, my stance on politics is like this, that is because of the politicization of the police, that we are in the current state now. Because if politics was not involved in police, then would have had a functional police force. And it's actually in the contained in the South African Police Service Act, that and any member of the police should not be associated or affiliated with any political party. It's there in the South African Police Service Act. So I didn't see any need to go to any political party, because I didn't want to be affiliated with politics, as this is not a political matter. It's just plain corruption.
Yes, look, I know it's not a political matter, but when you speak about making submissions to the portfolio committee, and the portfolio committee comprises of political players of the various parties, and that is the reason why I actually raised this question, Patricia.
Actually, there is a few members of the Portfolio Committee of Police which I directly speak to from the EFF, from the DF. I can name them: Mr. Oki Ter Blanche, from the DA, Mr. Mulitsani from the EFF, Mr. Henry Shembeni from the EFF, Mr. Manda Galo from the, I can't remember his party, but they are part of the portfolio committee, and usually I did send the information after I make send a letter to the chairperson of the portfolio committee. Then I will send that information or that letter or email directly to them. And one of them actually told me, he said, you know what, we have been trying to put this matter on the agenda for a long time, but we are always been outnumbered by the governing party in the committee.
Well, obviously we will have to try and see if we can't get someone out of the portfolio committee to actually speak to us. But just looking at where the situation stands with you at this point in time, yeah, and are you just going to remain in hiding?
At this point, I don't have a choice but to remain in hiding because there's still a threat on my life until the president doesn't make a determination in terms of my safety. Then it means I will have to stay in hiding until something comes from the government. And if I'm talking about the government, I'm talking about the president here. He's the one who's been preaching about the safety and the protection of whistleblowers. And now here I am out in the media. I've been trying for more than a year to get his attention. And there's the reason I went out in the media so that people can know me. And if something happens that I don't die like the other whistleblowers who didn't come out, we only heard about them after they were already dead. I didn't want to suffer that fate. That's why I came out in the media. I've been struggling for more than a year to get the attention of the president to my plight. And yes, I don't have a choice but to remain in hiding until the president come out and make a determination on my situation.
Well, obviously we will definitely follow developments, Patricia. But for now, we thank you. We do appreciate you taking time out and talking to us this morning. We wish you all the best and we wish you safety.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Patricia Mashale was us this morning, and yes, this is a story that we obviously will keep a track on, and also at the same time see if we can't get someone out of the portfolio committee to talk to us about this particular matter. The time is just gone 9:30 a.m. We're going to go for a break. We'll be back.